This episode is brought to you by Hymns. Men, if ED is getting you down, you know what I mean, you need Hymns to help get your confidence and other things back up. Hymns provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer. You're welcome, ladies. So you can be ready whenever the mood strikes.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/pretend. That's HIMS.com/pretend for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/pretend. Now here's the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Pretend Problems Podcast. I'm Kelsey Cook.
And I'm Taylor Tomlinson.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend.
How are you? How have you been?
I'm great. How are you?
She doesn't talk like that, but fantastic.
Great.
I had two good runs. Great seasons of After Midnight.
Yep.
But I'm going to concentrate on touring.
I'm very proud of her.
Yeah.
She just made that announcement.
Yep.
And I've told her pretty much every week for the last has it been 2 years? I don't know. However long she's been doing 2 seasons of After Midnight that I've been like, I don't know how you are doing a daily TV show.
Yeah.
And touring. I mean, it's so much.
I can't imagine how hard it was to walk away.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to.
Yep.
And good for her. All the experience that she gained, all the people that she met. I mean, just fantastic.
Yeah. I'm very proud of her.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be weird if I said I was proud of her. But I think it's, I'm happy that she felt okay to make that decision.
Yeah. You're happy for her.
I am.
You've always been a big proponent of like having a good life balance.
True.
And, you know, I think you are somebody that a lot of comics look up to in that way.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, oh no, she's starting to compliment me. I don't like it. Let's talk about someone else.
I don't think that was a compliment. I think that,
comics look up to you in the way that you've.
Right. I didn't know that it was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I never know what to say about those things.
Yeah, no, that honestly, you know, I've come on here and been like, somebody told me that my hair's getting long and I'm like, that's what hair does. Magic. Because I feel weird accepting compliments when it's like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot. I worked hard to have a good life balance.
Uh-huh.
I think this hair analogy sucks, but other than that, let's play trivia. Let's get to trivia.
By the way, your lips look so nice because we kissed before we recorded and now you have like this nice little balmy sheen.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's what we do. Here's our process. Everything's going great in the morning. Little smooch before we start. And then all hell breaks loose and we watch TV on different couches for 3 days. But guess what? I'm caught up on all my shows.
We do have to tell them that is wildly untrue.
It is
we do
wildly
not
untrue.
do that.
I would assume people knew that, but you're right, just in case.
Sometimes people don't. Sometimes people go, oh, Chad, you're going to be sleeping on the couch again. And I'm like, he is never sleeping on the couch.
I'm never going to sleep on the couch.
Yeah, we're a real, like, it doesn't matter if we go to bed mad. We are sleeping in our bed together. Like, I have nothing against the people who get sleep divorced.
Right.
I think we've said on here, I'm like, you know what? If it takes both people sleeping in their own bed to get a good night's sleep and be a good person to each other the next day, great. Do you.
But can I tell you something? In the middle of a fight, I'm not going to sleep on the couch. I would rather sleep on the edge of the bed and listen to her sigh through the small hours of the morning. Because
small hours of the morning.
Yeah, because then I know that that what I'm doing is having an effect. Because if I'm sleeping downstairs, what are we both going to get good sleep and then fucking mend our relationship in the morning? Not interested. We're in the middle of a fight. This is war, motherfucker. I'm not interested in letting peace cascade over us. No. I'm going to lay there. I'm going to have you go, maybe it would be better if you just went downstairs and slept. I'd be like, I'm sure it would. And I'm going to stare at the ceiling until the alarm goes off. I'm going to listen to you sigh and toss and turn. By the way, S-I-G-H, not listen to you sigh and toss and turn.
Right.
So that's just where I'm at.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what? That lines up so well with your attitude this morning toward paying your parking ticket because
what a fucking nightmare. So I went to Acme. I was doing something down at Acme, and there's a pay lot across the thing. Now, this is 100% my fault, and I accepted all of it until a certain point. There was a guy parked in front of my car in a little utility van, white utility van, the ones that steal kids. And so I was like, well, that's weird that he's just parked right there. So I go over and I'm dropping things off in my car. I don't have to leave. So I open the door and he starts to get out and I go, he looks at me and I go, hey man, I'm not going anywhere. So you're good there.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, you didn't pay. And I went, what? And he goes, you didn't pay. You don't have did you pay? And I go, oh, damn it. And by the way, I got there early and walked right by the big machine that says pay here.
This is also a lot you've parked in a billion times.
Yeah. I just was focused on other things. And so I go in and I have to pay this ticket. It is $50 if you pay it within 7 days, $75 if you pay it after 7 days. Now, I also think you don't really have to fucking pay it because it's not the police. It's a guy in a utility van, right? But I'm going to pay it because I don't want trouble.
Yep.
So I log on. I try to pay it. It says card declined, error code 54. And I go, I try to click on that. Nothing happens. So I'm like, am I just supposed to know the fucking rule book?
Right. Everybody knows that parking ticket websites are like the height of technology. It's always the most up-to-date payment forms and website running. It's always a fucking disaster.
Billy, can you help me with the computer? I drive the tow truck. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of those conversations, I would assume. Now, I don't know a lot about technology either, so I'm right in. I could drive a tow truck.
Yeah.
And so I put it in again, and I'm confused because at the pay, like the card number, there is a picture of a MasterCard and a Visa.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
And so I go, oh, maybe they don't take American Express. But then when you go down to the security code, it says enter the 3 digits for a MasterCard or Visa, enter 4 digits for an American Express. So I'm like, clearly they take American Express. Yeah. So then I call last night and they go, please call back at our regular business hours of Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And this girl has a cold. She sounds like a twat. It's not great. It's like, pick someone else to do the message. So she's got a stuffed up nose. It's like, of course. Of course she does. And what? There's no way anyone believes in COVID that works at a parking ticket center. So anyways, I go, you know what? I'm going to put a pin in this. I'm going to put a pin in this, and I'm going to call in the morning. So 10 o'clock, which I believe
they've been open,
falls between 8 and 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
So I call, same fucking message, and same end of the message. Please call back. Well, I did, bitch. What else? Now what? So they're making it impossible. I believe what they're trying to do is they're trying to get that extra $25.
Yeah.
Right? Because you try, and if you're anything like me, you quit. You get frustrated, and then you forget what's going on. You forgot to pay. Clearly, you're going to forget to call back. And so then you go, hey, why don't you just use one of my Visa cards?
Because Chad only has American Express credit cards. He does not have any other form of payment.
Well, here's the thing. I do, but I forget to pay them.
Oh.
I like to I know that I have to pay on the 6th and the 19th of every month because I have 2 American Express cards, personal, business.
Yeah.
Right? And so anything else, it's too much.
Can I give you a hot tip? I believe
Can I give you a hot tip?
I believe you can call after the show. You can call and say, can I please have the payment date for both my cards be the same date and be on this date? Because I also have 2 American Express cards. They were different dates called, and now it's the 1st of every month.
Oh, I need them on different dates.
Oh.
Because I would get so frustrated by the amount of money I pay into the credit card. If I had to combine them on the same day, I would put a diaper on and drive a semi-truck cross-country to the American Express Corporation.
But it's you who's spending it.
I know that.
Put a diaper on and stay home, I guess.
I have. I have to put a diaper on before I check my balance because I shit my pants all the time. So anyways, you said that, and what did I say when you offered me your visa?
You said, but I want this to be a problem.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk to someone at the parking tickets. I don't want them to get off with this scot-free, like, hey, maybe you can use an American Express. We don't really know. Also, our hours are this. Fucking psych. They're not. So I want to talk to a human at the place and be like, let me list the reasons you suck. It's like Romeo and Juliet, except I'm listing reasons you suck shit.
And I said, no, we got enough problems in the real world. Let's just fix this one in an easy way. So I gave you my visa, and then you Venmo'd me, and it was done.
Yeah. And I still feel like a punk ass bitch.
And now someone else will get his anger today. His parking ticket anger.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so funny. That is a perfect example.
Oh no.
No.
Justin.
Get
ready for another Patreon.
No, it's just like that. It's just another one of those illustrations where you see problems in a company and go, I want them to know because this is unacceptable.
Right. I
am willing to take the energy to tell them what they're doing wrong and improve them, which is like how you are on the road, how you are with people in public when they're not doing something right. You are willing to take your time and energy to fix them. I am not. Right. To me, that sounds really exhausting, and I've got other shit going on.
Right.
And so that's why I let all that shit go.
I've said on stage that when someone doesn't use their blinker in front of me, I'll be like, I would fucking follow you home and hurt you if I could find it because you don't use your blinker. It would be impossible. And then when someone doesn't use their blinker in front of you, you're like, maybe they forgot. Beep, beep, boop, beep, 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 beep. I love this song. Have you heard it? I heard it in a commercial and I looked it up. It's fucking wild how you let stuff go. I don't let stuff go. I keep a dossier.
A dossier? Yeah. Oh, crap.
Of all this information. So it doesn't happen again. It's like I file it away so I can look for these things in the future. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And do you like genuinely enjoy doing that? Like the thought of calling those people, is there a part of you that's like, yes, justice? Or is it just like you like the outlet of getting that energy out?
No, there's a famous movie line where it goes, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. I love a good fuck you in the morning. Gets me going. Sets the tone for the day. Hey, just so you know, your website and your phone can suck my dick. I'm out of here.
And then you think you're going to be in a good mood after that. I
know I'm going to be in a good mood because now all the stuff, all the under the surface, that's gone. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like a sauna. Mm. But instead of sweat being released from my pores, it's just that quick little burst of you did this incorrectly and you need to fix it. Mm-hmm. And then, here's what's going to happen. The next time we dare, and I do mean dare. The next time we dare to play trivia.
I knew it was going to be play trivia.
I'm going to call the company, even though I've already paid.
The parking ticket company.
Yeah. Right before we play. And I'm just going to be like, your website's confusing. Here's why. And you don't answer the phone when you say you're going to answer the phone. So maybe, you know what? I'm issuing you a ticket for being fucking dumb. I'm issuing you a ticket for being stupid and confusing. And you owe me $100. $150 if you don't pay it within 7 hours. But guess what? We're closed for 8 hours. And then we're going to go downstairs and play trivia. And all my piss and vinegar is going to be gone.
Oh, have you thought instead of listening to one of my morning meditation tapes.
No. Can I tell you guys something? So, you know how long it takes her to get ready for bed? Yeah, a long time, right? And we've talked about it and we've tried to figure out a way to do it. And now there's a thing where she's added 7 to 10 minutes of a nighttime relaxation tape or whatever.
Different than the one he made fun of before.
Yeah, different, but still, it's like, I don't like it. And so I have to lay there with my noise machine off, which I hate laying in bed. It's like, hey, lay in bed for 10 minutes knowing you're not going to go to bed and letting anger build within you. And then good luck falling asleep. It's the craziest shit in the whole wide world. And so, and last night, what I like to do is go like, hey, are you going to listen to this? And she goes, yeah. And I go, all right, go ahead. I'll let Poe out. I know it's about 7 to 10 minutes, so I'll take my time. I'll walk around like I've never been in this home before and just like look in drawers and stuff until she's done with this bullshit. And then I get in there and I fucking hear a lotion bottle cap pop open. I'm like, did you listen to the thing? And she goes, no, I started it, but I had to pee. And then I got to do lotion. And then I put some lip gloss on for night, my lip mask. And it's so much shit. And then we have to lay down and she's like, I know you're used to relaxing, but maybe this time don't relax. Flex the muscle that you're and it's like, what's fucking going on here? I don't like it.
Great.
I hate it. And then in the morning, she does another one. Here's what I don't get. Why are you relying on others to do this? Don't you think it'd be easier if you laid there?
Isn't this hilarious that he is asking me, the peaceful one, why I do the things I do, while he wants to call and yell at a parking ticket person when it could just be solved peacefully? And now you have this whole gripe about...
Here's the thing. It's I beg your pardon, but it's not solved. They still have a fucked up website, and they still have hours they don't adhere to. So it's not solved. My paying the ticket is solved, but if I get another ticket, I'm going to have to deal with this bullshit again. So I want to call them and go, you know what? That would have probably cost you $250 from an expert. So here's what I'm going to do. Take off the $50 that I owe you, and then I'm going to park without paying in your lot 4 more times. That's what I feel like doing. But you have other people telling you like how to relax and stuff. Do you think you could just lay there and go, okay, I'm breathing deeply, like count it out, count it in? Is that possible at all?
Yeah. Your eyes twitching and I just want
my eyes are twitching because I'm just like, I just don't.
What's your problem with it?
My problem is pretty soon you're going to have a nighttime like tradition isn't the word, but you're gonna have a nighttime routine. You're gonna have a routine that allows silence and darkness at 4 a.m. And to me, that's too much because we'll watch a show, we'll watch basketball, and you go, I'm ready for bed, everything's fine. And then we get up here, but you're not. Mm-hmm. And then you also have to do this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you, I don't care for it. I like to, this is why I don't like a TV in our room, because beds are for 2 things: sleeping and sleeping. Sleeping and napping. And I just think when I lay down, I want to be able to try to go to bed immediately.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is what's hilarious is we started this episode by being like, there are people who get sleep divorced and that's for some people, it's not for us. And then the rest of our conversation has illustrated that we probably would benefit from being people who sleep in separate beds because we have completely, and then you get this guy. No,
we'll not do it.
We won't.
I would rather lay there and go, ugh, and not let you relax when that lady's telling you about your shoulders.
I know I didn't even do my relaxation tape last night because I was like, you know what? I understand. I said I was going to come in here and do this, and I did some other stuff, and now he wants to get in bed. But you know what? This is the first I'm hearing you say that you don't like that you hate the tape. You've been like, yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me.
Right.
That's very different than I hate the tape. So now I'm like,
well, I didn't say hate it. I said I don't like it. And I, maybe I did say hate.
You said you hate it.
I just think, because I know you like it. So this is, again, one of these things.
Yeah.
Where I lay in bed frustrated. And then we play trivia, and I'm like, well, I'll just give her the wrong answer for fun. And then all hell breaks loose. By the way, let's not talk about that.
That's totally fine. If you if you dared venture over to our Patreon, we did upload. It was 30 minutes. We had a 30-minute conversation on the last episode that we decided to cut and put over there because it did get pretty deep. And we say 3 times in there, I think, like, well, this is it. We're cutting this, so let's just like finish our conversation that we want to have right now.
Because we did not know it was going to go to Patreon.
And we didn't know it was going to go that
right.
We didn't know it was going to go that long.
I did.
When it started, you did not know it was going to be 30 minutes.
I guarantee we've never had a conversation under 1 hour. The fact that was 30 minutes is a new record, and we should also highlight that on the Patreon. Shortest conversation Kelsey and Chad have ever had when trying to fix something.
Anyway.
You use a lot of words like furthermore.
Shut up.
Okay.
Just shut up. You're why they go so long, you fuck. Because you take 2 days to apologize and realize you're wrong. And so then I'm like trying to just get you to see another perspective. Anyway, on Patreon, I learned that Chad feels like he goes through the day deferring to me in a lot of ways, almost as like a form of a love language, where he's just like, no, like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to eat? We can do this. We can do this. And I didn't realize that that's like something he is doing for me, and something that then when I get annoyed at him for something else, he feels like, well, I've built all this credit doing this stuff, and now I'm, I
don't think I look at it as building credit, just so you know.
Okay.
I look at it as just like trying to be a good partner.
Right.
And so then there are times where I want to do a little bit of this. I want to go, hey, that's wrong.
Be sassy, yeah.
And then I go, well, I thought I was in good standing.
Right. And I was like, that's really nice you do that. I didn't realize you're doing that. I feel like I also am like, no, what do you want to do? And so we're like living in different worlds then, going into certain situations. So we talked about that. And yeah, like, it's tough. We say it all the time whenever we get to a point where we're like, it's tough. Relationships are hard. We're 2 different people that want to do 2 different things sometimes. His nighttime routine is very different than my nighttime routine. And
I like to wash my face, brush my teeth, and
get in bed and go to sleep.
Yeah. Which is, like, seems right to me. It feels right.
I think that's a very guy nighttime routine. So I think
it's a very human in the evolutionary standpoint of it, where it wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna put the fire out, and then the women in the cave were like, well, wait.
Yeah. Oh God, do you see all the cat hair she left on me? Disgusting. Yeah. I'm gonna cover this for now. I agree. Yours is much closer to the evolutionary way of going to bed, which is you fucking club your wife and then you have her lay next to you and you go to sleep immediately.
We're getting close.
That's maybe some... I'm sure there are plenty of women out there who have a nighttime routine like that. I'm telling you, it's very common now that women's nighttime routines are like... I mean, it's been parodied a million times.
Yeah, because
30-step things.
Right. It's the youth hockey is what I liked, because growing up, right, you played hockey when you were little, and you had one practice on Saturday, and your practice was before the game.
Oh, God.
And then otherwise, you had to go to outdoor rinks, and you had to play with a spongy puck or a tennis ball, and that's how you figured out how to control the blah, blah, blah. And then now, cut to now, and you're in youth hockey, it's 5 days a week practice.
Yeah.
And tournaments on the weekend. It's nonstop shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we just keep doing. We keep building and building and building and building. And one lady was like, well, I'm going to put pig fat on my lips to make sure they don't crack tomorrow when I'm out in the fields. And then now cut to 55 creams, 35 everything else. And I just think, it's like the World Book of Records, the first guy that broke the jump roping record had to do it once. He had to jump the rope one time. And now there's guys like, oh yeah, I had to sleep through the jumping. It's crazy. Yeah. And so I think everything is just way blown out of control. That's why I think whoever's over at the White House should just push the button, reset.
Well, I think a lot of this goes back to there's nothing wrong with your way of wanting to do things. There's nothing wrong with my way of wanting to do things. It's just hard to piece them together at night.
Yeah. Right.
Because like that timing, I feel like we're kind of fighting a losing battle here. I don't think we're ever going to have that perfectly lined up where like if you wanted to go to bed exactly when you wanted to go to bed, meaning like, I feel like going to bed right now, I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm going to wash my face, and I'm going to get in bed and go to sleep. I don't know that timing of your internal clock is ever going to line up perfectly with my routine. And so I don't know what to do.
I think that, here's what I think, and this is going to sound selfish.
Okay.
Well, I just think you should get ready way before.
Okay.
Because I don't think we should watch, a game or a show until we're ready for bed. And then an hour later, we get to go to bed. That's insane to me.
Right.
I think you should be ready. And then I think you should go, I know I'm going to have to pee. I know I'm going to want to put lotion all over my body. I'm going to have to reapply all the shit.
Yep.
And then I'm going to listen to this fucking lady tell me how to relax my shoulders. And so...
What?
Well, to me, that's what it feels like. And so then you go, okay, that's going to take 15 minutes. And then we have to stick to it.
Yep.
So when I come upstairs, I go, it takes me 3 minutes to brush my teeth and wash my face.
Yeah.
And so I come up at the 12-minute mark, right? Where you're finally relaxing your calves, started from top to bottom. And I go, all right, wash my face, get in bed, as she's saying, enjoy your sleep. And then shuts off. I put my head on the pillow. We touch hands in the middle. Done.
Okay.
That's the perfect version for me.
Yep. Well, let's give it a try tonight. And either way, you're leaving tomorrow. And so if you hate it, you don't have to be next to me.
Well, it has nothing to do with being next to you. It has to do with like all the extra shit. Like you, last night at dinner, you said, I'm not high maintenance.
I didn't say that.
What'd you say?
I said, I feel like I can be easy to please in the way that when you take me out to dinner.
Easy to please.
And especially if you treat me.
You didn't say all this stuff. You just said easy to please at first.
Because you exploded with light. You said, that's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Are you working on your
life?
new closer? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard you say.
But I just meant, and then I explained to you.
And now I know.
Yes. Some women are like really into like designer purses or fancy jewelry or like all these things where like that would be their love language is to like, I don't know. I was saying that the level of joy I feel from going out to eat with you, it doesn't have to be a fancy place, just going out to eat. And especially when you're like, hey, I got it. Oh my God. It makes me so happy.
Yeah. And that's a trap. That's a trap to go like, do you know the happiest I've ever been is when you brought home ice cream, had sex with me, and then presented me with a new car? That nothing brings me more joy in my life.
Five Guys. I'm like, oh, we're going to go out to dinner. So fun. I love it. I love it so much. It feels like there's this judgment that I do these tapes. Where you're like, why can't you do it yourself? Why can't you relax yourself?
Well, then I need to word it differently because it's not a judgment.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an annoyance.
Oh.
By
Like
the way,
if it didn't affect your morning or night at all.
But it doesn't. By the way, it
wouldn't.
doesn't. She also does it in the morning, where it's a different person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she's got a nighttime lady and a daytime guy, and she's putting the dishes away, and it's like, I don't care about the morning one because I'm not doing anything.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to go to sleep. I'm not trying to do the thing that every doctor says is the most important thing in the world.
I know, and that's why I do the nighttime thing now, because I was finding that even when I had a routine of like, okay, I brush my teeth, wash my face, that I would lay down and my brain was immediately into work mode.
Okay.
And
Well, then I believe that you need to do that. Like if you need to do something and I don't, let me give you an example. If we went to the gym together, if we went to like the YMCA and you were like, let's work out together. I'm like, okay. And then we get there and you have a 20-minute stretch routine before we get to exercise. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go exercise. And you're like, well, wait, I'm stretching. I want to work out with you. I don't think that's fair. I think you should have to drive separately to the YMCA and stretch, and then I will meet you there in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Sure.
It's the same with nighttime where it's like you need a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
And that affects me.
Okay.
Because we go, hey, let's be done watching TV at 11 tonight. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like letting myself get tired. I'm not fighting it. And then I get in bed at midnight.
Keep fighting it. Yeah. That makes sense.
And it's, I don't know, I'm getting old.
No, that makes sense.
And all this stuff started once I got life insurance. That's what I noticed. It's like, the plan, whoever you're planning with gets to spend this money. They're like, ooh, have you tried keeping him up longer? He's old. Olds are supposed to go to bed at 10. Keep him up till midnight. And then make sure you foghorn fart at 7:30 a.m. to take him out of a deep slumber where it'll raise his heart rate and confuse him so he can't get back to bed for one whole hour. I'm just kidding. I don't care about that.
It's really loud in the morning. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know why. Also, just a little shout out to our listener who wrote in a while ago about like his bathroom system with his partner, and he says that their code word is "harvest is ready." I had to go to the bathroom this morning, and I mean, you weren't in the bathroom, but I told myself, "Oh, harvest is ready." And I ripped my robe off, sprinted in there.
I think we're in a constant state of the harvest is ready.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even have to say it because I'd be like, yeah.
Harvest is always ready.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it's plentiful. I would really love if you listened to my morning meditation just for like 3 days in a row and just saw how you felt in the morning.
Sure.
It's really crazy how good you feel.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Would you try it?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. I read the Bible cover to cover.
That's true, and I've never done that.
Just because people were like, try it. And then I read it, and I was like, oh, you guys are doing this wrong. I don't think you listened to the main parts.
Yeah.
But
would you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Would I what?
Oh, would you like to give your page 6 correction, and then we can get into our middle segment?
Page 6 correction. Page 6. Never mind. I can't even say it twice in a row.
Chad came up to me a few days ago and said, "Hey, I've got a correction I'd like to give."
Because we talked about page 6 corrections, and I think I should have a segment on this show where I correct myself from the last episode, but then that would take us into the questions. Here's what I think. For those of you who listen to the Patreon, I stand firm on giving answers that people don't know for sure and rolling the dice when I know they're not going to get it. We don't have to talk about that. But I'm just saying I stand firm on that. What I do know is when we were playing trivia and I looked at the last question, which was YOLO, and I was like, fuck this, it's so easy. That's poor sportsmanship. Because she had no she had no hand in picking the card. I picked the card, and sometimes that's just how it goes. It's just any given Sunday, right? That's the theory behind that. It's like, well, sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes the other way. In the long term, it will equal out because the universe is great. And so I should not have said that. So listen to you. Look at you. Wait with bated breath to hear me say I'm sorry. Unbelievable. That's what you live for. That's your love language, having people say they're sorry to you. I'm just kidding. That's not true. So anyways, I was mean.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What are you laughing at?
It was just a funny segment.
Oh.
I appreciate it.
Anyways, let's do the thing. I have to leave pretty soon.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Hims. Hey, everybody. I have an erection right now, so I'm going to be reading what the company sent me because I just don't experience this. Feeling a little stalled out in the bedroom? Through Hims, you can get some gas back in the tank with personalized ED treatment options that are accessible without ever stepping foot into a doctor's office. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I do have these problems, I am not going to want to go to a doctor and be like, hey, can you check my wiener? For men dealing with ED, it can be uncomfortable, and that would be for me, which is why Hims provides access to a comfortable solution with an all online process and personalized treatment options. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. Just fill out an intake form on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free. There's no insurance needed, and it's one low price that will cover everything from treatments to ongoing care with hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers. Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you.
Yes, and thank you for confirming to our listeners that is, in fact, your boner pillow.
It is.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/pretend. That's HIMS.com/pretend for your personalized ED treatment options. Hims.com/pretend. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
And now, back to the show!
So we heard you guys when I asked, do you guys even like that we do trivia? What do you want us to do? And we did get some people say...
A lot of people said they do like it.
They like trivia. But I saw a comment on Patreon that said, hey, I would love to hear some Would You Rathers. And I would love if you brought back the thing where we write in and ask you questions to get to know you guys better. So it's pretendproblemspodcast@gmail.com. If you have a question like that, if you want to have like a fun little middle segment question for us, if you have a Would You Rather you'd like to write in. Mm-hmm. But I just looked up some generic Would You Rathers, and I thought maybe we could do a couple and then get into our questions.
Sure.
Okay.
How funny would it be if right now she was like, would you rather listen to a nighttime or daytime meditation?
Would you rather have to eat the same dish for every meal for the rest of your life, or wear the same outfit every day for the rest of your life?
I mean, that's pretty easy for me. I wear black jeans and a black hoodie every day anyways.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, so I think it would probably be pretty easy for me to wear the same outfit. And I do like same outfit. Same
outfit, same. Yeah, that's one of those ones. It's like just on a sensory level.
Yep.
That's a very, very different experience. Okay, this is a good one. Would you rather have the voice or the hands you had when you were 3 for the rest of your life?
The voice.
Okay. This is the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Chad.
That's not how I talked.
When you were 3?
I was very astute.
Yeah. How do you think you talked when you were 3?
Hey, what's up, girl?
Oh my gosh.
That's how I did talk.
Shut up.
No, because you'd watch television back then.
When you were 3, what were you watching on TV when you were 3 that would make you talk like that?
The A-Team. I don't know if that was on when I was 3.
Shut up.
I can't remember.
God, it would be embarrassing.
And that's I pity the fool.
I had a bit of a speech impediment, and so it really would suck to have to still have that voice. Mm-hmm. But your tiny hands would affect everything. Mm-hmm. Driving, you can't drive. Can't shoot hoops. Can't play foosball. I got to go with voice.
No
brainer.
Now, if I could pick, I would have you have the hands. Next one.
Chad has a real thing with like, anytime I have like a cutesy voice, he's like, ugh.
Oh, that's not why. It would make my wiener look bigger. But it was also probably grossing me out because you were like, these are the hands I had when I was 3. I'd be like, don't touch it.
Well, yeah, that's why I was like, ew. I feel like that would tap into some disgusting things.
It probably would.
Oh my God, that's very funny. My wiener. When you say wiener, it's so funny. My pee-pee. Okay.
I had a doctor once tell me, he goes, you can use different names for different sizes and you have to call yours a wiener.
If you don't fucking stop.
All right, let's go. Questions. I'm ready.
Oh my God.
Questions. I'm ready.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. No one moves to Minnesota in the month of January.
Oh, don't. Let's just go to the questions.
For a bummer penis, okay?
Let's go.
You bring this on yourself.
By the way, I'm wearing a grandpa sweater today, so you guys take me more seriously.
How's it going so far?
I think it's going great.
Do you take them seriously?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of them are like, oh God, normally in the hoodie, I would agree that she should listen to that nighttime countdown, but he's got a sweater on. He knows what he's saying.
Okay, first of all, if you want to listen to that Patreon episode, it's patreon.com/pretendproblems. It's only $5 a month we usually do 2 bonus shorter episodes, like 20 minutes. But this month, if you're part of that $5 tier, you got that 30-minute bonus one for free. We just added it out there because then we're also today recording our full episode length questions episode that we do once a month. And that's $10 a month to get that one and the mini bonuses.
And I'd like to throw out a reminder. We did not have this conversation to push Patreon.
100%.
Because that feels gross.
It does feel
We just
gross.
naturally had it and we didn't know what to do with it.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to put it on the main episode because of all the tears our last fight caused.
We could have put this one on the main one. Like when I watched it back, I was like, this isn't like as... It wasn't that it wasn't spicy. It was like actually, I think, a pretty...
It was an adult
productive conversation. It just was very like... raw. I don't know. It just, anyway. Okay. So, and then if you want to write into the podcast, pretendproblemspodcast@gmail.com. This is titled Patreon Discussion.
Oh.
They say, I feel like you guys sharing the outtake, as uncomfortable as it may have been to do so, or to be so raw in front of strangers.
Raw.
Weird, right? Strangers paying to stare at you at that could prove to be very helpful to some people, me very much included. A specific part of the fireplace discussion is something my husband has said / asked of me a million times, where he says, I don't want a reason, I don't want an excuse, I want an I was wrong and I'm sorry. This is always hard for me. I always have but you see what happened was, or, but this is what I was trying to do, because I don't ever want him thinking I'm dumb or want him thinking that what I did was to go against him or be rude or whatever the thing may be that day. He just wants hey, I fucked up, I'll fix it, I'm sorry. Until Chad said it on the episode, it never fully sank in. I felt, in all caps, him say that, took a hit right in the gut. I'm lost on how to finish this. I just felt it needed to be said. My husband called me while typing this after the second paragraph and wanted to know why I was crying. I explained the whole thing to him and he just said, hey babe, you don't need to cry. Please don't be sad. I'm just happy you understand me a little more no matter how it happened. Thank you guys for being amazing. Kelsey, see you in Milwaukee. Amanda.
Oh, heck yeah.
Amanda. Thank you for writing in. Things like this make it so much, I don't know, I think more palatable for me to like be that vulnerable publicly. Because you guys know I don't like that. I like it in my comedy, but like in our relationship, it just is like, again, I don't like the reality TV show vibe. But hearing that these sort of things like can actually help you guys on a real level means the world. So thank you.
Yeah. And I just hope that you've figured out how to stop being wrong, Amanda.
Oh my God.
I'm totally kidding. I'm also glad that it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the fireplace discussion.
Fireplace chat. Whole different meaning.
God damn it. It's like right when one of her scratches on my legs heals, she adds a new one and fucks up my leggings. Hey, quit digging around over there. These animals, it's truly living in a farm. Okay. This is titled In the Spirit of Competition. They say, Dear Chelsea, I'm a huge fan of both of yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. I first heard Kelsey when her, Taylor, and Delaney were on Nikki Glazer's podcast or Sirius radio show, and then I caught her show last year in Vegas at Wise Guys. That Diet Cum koozie always gets a conversation going, and I end up showing clips of you to hopefully new fans. Well, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I had been aware of Chad for a while just from listening to Bob and Tom and various other podcasts, but I really got into a deep dive a couple of years ago and have watched and listened to all of his specials and albums since, with everyone seemingly better than the last. You're both two of my favorite comedians out there, and I would love to catch one of the shows when you're both on the ticket. Well, guess what? That's next week. Oh shit, we forgot to plug tour dates. We had after this email, we'll do it real quick.
Okay.
So I don't have a relationship problem, more of a friendly competition issue. I know that you both play Wordle, judging by the Wordle belt behind Chad. I need to get that back over on my side. Myself, mom, dad, aunt, and two of my cousins have been playing for a year and a half or so and post our scores every day to a group chat. Wow, good for you guys. That's a wild group chat. Like a lot of people and a lot of scores. Excuse me. Everyone has been pretty even for the most part, but here recently, something seems a little fishy. Just since Christmas, my aunt, who is in her 60s, has solved it in two at least a dozen times. And get this, solved it on the first guess twice.
No.
Yes. Right? My dad and I call bullshit, but she swears she isn't cheating.
Bullshit,
my mother
again.
says that my aunt has always been a horrible speller, and she even says that she thinks she's dyslexic. Both of my cousins that play are her sons, and they have both had several solves in two over the last couple of months as well. Do you think that there's some kind of collusion or cheating going on here? P.S. I really wish we could get a comprehensive list of the movies that Kelsey has not seen, and we could get a movie review once she has. Back to the Future and Tin Cup definitely need to be at the top of the list. Matt in Augusta, Kansas. Matt, thank you for writing in.
Thank you for writing in. Number one, your aunt is a cheating bitch. And now she has let it trickle down to her offspring. Of course she has, because they're half her. That's such dog shit. If you look at her Google history, I promise you, it says Wordle answer today, and it answers spelled ANSER. There is no fucking way anybody gets it. First of all, here's the thing. Everybody finds the word they use first, and they use that word.
Right.
And so there's no way you ever get it right twice on the first guess. What an asshole. I mean, if you're going to cheat, learn how to cheat.
Well, it's like, why do you need this? Why do you need these wins?
Yeah, she's the fucking Kim Jong-un of your... I can't remember how you say his name. I was trying to think of it. Kim Jong-il? It doesn't matter. But the leader... maybe 1 leader ago of North Korea said that he had a 22 was his score for 18 holes of golf. 22.
Oh my God.
And then everyone that was golfing with him had to like agree because they would be murdered if they didn't. It's so fucking dumb. Kim Jong-un?
Kim Jong-un?
I think so.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the one back.
Yeah.
So, but it's like getting it twice correctly on the first guess. And you know what? Maybe some people are listening right now going, oh, so Chad doesn't get it right in the first guess, so now he thinks it's impossible? Yeah, I fucking do. I do think it's impossible. And not because I haven't gotten it right, because there's just no way.
Yeah, I do think that there are people who play where they use a different starting word each time because they don't they are not thinking of strategy. But if she is one of those people, it still would statistically be insane.
Is it Matt from Kansas?
Yes.
Matt from Kansas, can you tell us what the words were? Can you write back in and tell us what 2 words she got correctly? Because if it's level or something like that, where there's 2 double letters, I'll drive to your aunt's house and I'll steal her fucking phone from her. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Not only has she gotten a 1 2 times, but solved it in 2 at least a dozen times.
No.
No. I feel like we have put in the time to be expert's a strong word, but we have played a lot of Wordle, and that's just not possible. So just know you're validated. There's something going on here, and it's perhaps you can turn your anger into pity for your aunt, because if she feels that she needs to cheat in Wordle to, I don't know, if she wants to impress your family or what's going on, but that's sad. And that's so silly.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's pretty lame. I think you should get a 1 for 1 week in a row. And then when she goes, hey, are you going to that site that gives you the answer? You're like, how'd you know about that, bitch?
What you been doing, bitch? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Pause just to tell you our tour dates. This week I'm in Milwaukee. I'm at the Milwaukee Improv Thursday through Saturday. And then next week are mine and Chad's tour dates together. We're in Huntington, New York on Thursday on my birthday. Next night we're in Montclair, New Jersey, the Wilmot Theater. And then Saturday we're in Philly at Parks Casino. We're so excited.
It's going to be great.
To perform together. Oh, and then Tacoma, Portland, Atlanta. Shoot.
I think that's enough. Okay. I'm going to be with her at the date she said.
Not into tour dates this time?
Well, yeah, let's just keep going.
All right.
I do think it's important to tell them about the doubles.
The ones upcoming,
the theater shows.
Yeah, I'll tell. Okay. We're going to do one more question.
Okay.
Then we're going to hop over and do our Patreon questions
Hit me.
episode. This is titled Comedy Podcast. They say, hi, Kelsey, I'm Chad. I love you guys, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
Kelsey, I'm Chad. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah. I'm planning on watching Kelsey's Mark Your Special territory on YouTube, on Hulu. Did I just say Mark Your Special territory?
It's okay. I thought it was just typed that way.
Kelsey's Special, Mark Your Territory on Hulu. I understand this is also available on 800 Pound Gorilla Media YouTube channel. I will probably watch it on both media areas because I'm so excited about it.
Good call.
Yes, I did write this in an email. Listeners, deal with it. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the special. Here's my question. Every comedy show I've attended, which isn't a ton, sorry, there's either 1 or 2 openers. I am guessing here, but I'm assuming there are multiple reasons for this. Giving back to the comedy community by giving someone their breaks. I also thought that this is a way to warm up the crowd, get us ready to give you our best laughs. Why don't you have openers on specials? When you press play, it starts with you. I understand this might be hard as you might have several different openers. This could also be a big advantage for them in their careers. As I am writing this, I am thinking, well, you don't really need to warm us up. You won't hear our laughter like the Vikings QB hears me when I scream at my TV to throw the dang ball. Sorry for my mouth there. Sorry for my mouth there. You're so sweet.
Bud. Sorry for my
dang
mouth.
ball.
Holy cripes.
Also, Chad, I know I said I wanted to bring you to a Twins game, but with the owner cutting payroll after winning our first playoff games after 14 trips, I decided I wasn't going to support them anymore. Anyway, once they get new owners, if the offer still stands, I will shave my ass and we can go. Chad said this in a response to me on an earlier podcast. I'm not a creepy stalker that waits in your merch line for hugs. Sorry for my pointless email if I just answered my own question. Either way, I love writing in. Say my name. Destiny's Child. This is from Dominic. So thank you, Dominic. Yeah, I think when people watch your special, you are trying so hard to get them to like watch even through your first 5 minutes. Did you hear Mia over there?
Yeah, she's like fucking shredding this chair, trying to crawl up it. Get up here, you fat ass.
Oh my God. Don't listen to him. Like, your hope when your special comes out is, yes, that your fans watch, but also that new people who have never watched you before watch. So if you put 30 minutes of comedy before you even come out, I don't know. That's just like never how it's been in the business. You just never include an opener set in your special.
Right. So there are openers at the actual recording.
Yes.
But you only show yourself because it's hard to go, hey, watch Kelsey cook, and then the opener's on there. And it takes a long time to get your special ready. Mm-hmm. And then I think if you put someone else who might be working on material or something like that, it's not really a special.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would be impossible. I was going to put one of my opener's jokes in the credits of one of my specials, and I had like a contractual problem with that. So,
really?
Yep.
Okay.
I was going to put one of Rand's jokes at the end when I did the Madison shows. And because of like how everything works, you can't, even if he signs off on it, they weren't willing to do it. So I think it's just tough to put not a rando, but just, someone that's like not, when the opener gets their special, then that will be their special.
Yeah. It just is what it is. I think in most people's credits, we do say, like opening comedian, their name, but it just kind of is what it is. So, all right, guys, we're going to head over to Patreon. Come on over if you want to hear the questions episode, patreon.com/pretendproblems. And we'll see you over there. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.